Enough of talking, stressed the Minister for Environment and Conservation, Wera Mori.
Speaking from a country that became the first victim of climate change when we lost the Cape Island. Now, having listening to all the speakers, I'd like to basically state here from the outset that there is enough of talking. We are graduating from one accord and from one to the next, and it is about time that we take action.
The minister was part of a two-day ministerial virtual meeting with various nations that are affiliated to the Coalition of Rainforest Nations. The meeting was to gather views on climate change issues affecting different countries across the globe. Mori told the meeting that PNG, like many island nations in the Pacific, became a victim of situations it did not create.
We became a victim of situations and problems that we did not create, nor were we responsible for creating them.
Going forward, the minister called on developed nations to work together with countries like PNG, who still has much of its rainforest intact, and work towards measures that will reduce carbon emissions, the major cause of global warming.
We must now basically seriously looking at how we can mobilize finance so that we can apply to the scaling up of adaptation measures. And in doing so, we can also recognize the losses and the damages that we suffer as a consequence.
The meeting is a lead-up to the COP26, a conference on Rainforest of Nations in Glasgow, Scotland in November this year. The Coalition of Rainforest Nations was formed in 2005 and currently has 53 member nations. The primary strategy of the coalition is to bring about the reform of international frameworks, both legal and economic, to correct market failures that result in unsustainable outcomes and to create economic incentives for the preservation of areas of high biodiversity and endemism worldwide.